Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, welcome to another episode of the Fighters Rep podcast, aka Geometry Boxing, and I'm your host, the Fighters Rep, alongside my resident boxing expert, the Big Kahuna, the leader of the Wolf Pack, Big Collinsworth. How's it going, Coach Derek?
Oh, what's up, dude? How you enjoying your holiday, man?
Man, for all those out there that do celebrate it, happy Easter, Coach Derek. I got up, I went to church, I did my thing, I gave my thanks, and then we ate. And let me tell you, man, my mother-in-law from South Lebanon just made the most incredible Arabic food ever, brother. I mean, I'm talking the grape leaves came out of the oven with slabs of beef and bone marrow and everything else on top of them, and it was just rice.
Plenty family.
Oh, plenty family and home fries and garlic sauce and chicken and salads and everything else. So I'm full and I'm so happy right now. You know what I mean?
Nice.
How about you? How do you celebrate your day so far?
Oh man, just trying to get rest, man. I never get no rest, man. So I've been trying to do as little as possible today, man.
Yeah.
And I'm an American, bro. So in my age group, I grew up with the 1977 Jesus version, the TV movie. And I just like to watch it for nostalgia anyway, every Easter,
Yeah.
But
that's cool. That's cool.
I usually cram that in at some point, man.
I love it. And something that we've discussed obviously before behind the scenes. I mean, I think it's incredibly you're right, coincidental. I mean, I'm the Arab and I'm the Catholic. And you're the Irish and you're the Muslim, so I just think it's so much fun,
Yeah, yeah, you can't make that up, huh? That's weird.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing, but here we are, doing our thing and trying to grow boxing together.
Yeah,
and we
absolutely.
had quite a weekend, Coach. We had quite a weekend.
There's a lot of boxing going on, man. So hopefully I've seen the right ones, because it was a lot of show. It was a PBC show. It was a top rank show.
Yep.
It was a the zone show. There's a lot of boxing going on, man.
Yep. Well, I think our first order of business, and this is a fight we predicted last week, and I didn't think it took much brain power at all to predict this one. Right? Is Shakur Stevenson?
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson fought Shoichiro Yoishino last night on a card out there in New Jersey, and we had some people we're interested in on the undercard as well. We had Big Baby on the undercard, but first and foremost, Coach, Shakur, man, moving up to his new division and just looking dangerous last night.
We went like a game of spades, man. We went blind 10, man, because we didn't know the Japanese fella, man. But I think my opinion was that nobody wants to fight him, so they had to find a guy who would, and that guy did the best he could. But that was a mismatch. That was a horrible mismatch. But I'm on the side of when Shakur gets the names in the ring, some of those are going to be horrible mismatches too.
That's what I was just going to ask you. I mean, from Coach's eyes, from Coach Derek Collinsworth's eyes, man, like, who's not going to be a mismatch for this kid, because he's really he looks like the goods to me, Coach. He looks like the goods to me.
Yeah, short of something going haywire in a fight.
The clip clause?
The clip clause, man. We need a T-shirt that says the clip clause. Clip clause aside. He's listen, man. I know this kid. He's here. We be at the gym. I've watched him countless sparring. With elite sparring. It's a special kid, man, and man, it's. I think he's the favorite against everybody. So I think we got to say, okay, which one's the harder fight? Which one, the more competitive fight? Which one is the rougher fight? Because man, Shakur could fight backwards, forwards. He could walk you down. He could punch. And I know he ain't. They stopped that kid, but I know he ain't the puncher that people think. But he's not a slouch neither. Because when he hitting you, you're backing away from him and trying to get the hell away from these tough guys. Because that kid was tough.
Yeah, and this guy Yoishino, tough guy, undefeated from Japan. We know these Japanese fighters, they come to fight. They're not messing.
He didn't
around
come. Yeah, he wasn't coming to lose. No.
No, he came to win. He wanted to. Had he won, it would have been just being there, I think, is an incredible achievement. But had he won, it would have been insane as far as an achievement goes. But he was in there, and it was, my understanding is he has a pretty good chin. I don't think anyone maybe has heard him, and it looked like every time Shakur landed something sharp on him, he would drop him. He dropped him a couple times,
Precision, man. Precision is power. Placement. It's a gang of things, but I think it was Wyatt Earp said they asked him about gunfights, right? And he said I wasn't no fast guy, but he said I took my time in a hurry, and I think what it means is what I teach in boxing, right? Slow it down.
I like that one.
Slow it down. Place your shots when you want to shoot it, and like you said, once you get the timing down because you touched him enough, you know where to shoot that shot because he's gonna meet it, and that's even more surprising. And the punch that you don't see is the one that gets you out of there. So listen, when Shakur gets in there, the better the opposition, the more chances he knocks somebody out too, because now they're playing that game, right? Can you imagine him in a Loma? Or him and even a Tio for however long it lasts, it's gonna be a gunsling because Shakur's not running away from nobody neither, man. He's not gonna back away from these guys at all. So, man, when we see them precision matches, man, we might see some stoppages, G. We might see some stoppages, bro, because it's the precision. It's being take your time in a hurry though. If that makes sense.
I love that. That makes a ton of sense. And we saw a stoppage last night, right? I think people were so enamored by his boxing ability that, we kind of forget he did get the stoppage last night. And a lot of us kind of conflate, he's not knocking guys' heads off and they're not unconscious.
Oh, he's beating them up, though. But
yeah, and that guy was a tough guy with a great chin. And, I felt like there were a couple occasions there where, like you said, Coach, he's just throwing that precise shot, and it's landing. The guy doesn't know it's coming, and it's like a shot
down, up,
down,
around, down, up, around, down, up. Just whatever's open, pow, he's taking it. He's setting the table, and he's just okay. I'm gonna get right here, and that's gonna make you move. I come back up, shoot you here, come back up. Touch it because I want to go this. Oh, this guy's a scientist, bro. This guy is a special kid, man. Special kid.
Let me ask you, Coach. It's not everybody's going to have your studied eye on the topic. What's he doing right? What's he doing? Not what's he doing right. What's he doing? Because it's all right. It's all got to be right. But what's he doing? Can you explain to the layman? Hell, can you explain to me?
Yeah.
What is making this kid this good? What is he doing?
Fighting when the other guy is not ready. You can do that before and after. When you're Shakur Stevens, you could do it in the middle. He's fighting when the other guy is not ready to fight. So he's basically standing there in his stance and stuff, but defenseless. Because he's not prepared to defend himself when Shakur's fight. Listen, man, this guy is a pace king. This is the reason why people don't understand how great Bud Crawford is, and Bud Crawford could compete in any era of boxing ever, anywhere, of all time in my eyes because of what I see. Now he's won all the championships and shit, but we're not gonna say Bud's in the era of a Tommy Hearns or nothing. I'm telling you, Bud Crawford was with the Four Kings. He's competitive. I'm telling you, he is. Yeah. That's how great that dude is. And Shakur, I'm not gonna sling him in there yet, but that's the kind of great I see, man, because they know when to fight, right? You've seen Bud, man. Bud's 35 years old, so a couple of times he done got shook a little bit, right? Trying to press himself. You didn't see that at lightweight though. He's bow. Man, there's so many options for these guys. Wow, they giving the illusion that they coming forward when they really coming forward a step behind that instead of there. They coming a step behind that, but it appears they're there so that you make a move and leave yourself open and you're not ready to fight, or you just on your heels. So I'm going. Yeah. This is. It's the X, bro. It's the geometry, bro. They don't understand, man. Now listen, do I think Bud Crawford explains it like me or Shakur? No, because I know Willie is grandpa and stuff. No, they don't talk like me. So they got their own phrases and terms and what they mean, but what they meaning is what I'm telling you. Yeah. Shakur, whenever you think you want to fight, he's gonna show you you're not ready, and then when you're not ready, he's gonna fight. And you don't know it. And he's got every option in the world. And now, match that with he is a superior athlete too, right? Superior reflexes, superior everything. That kid, man. The only thing I hate when he was standing by that rap dude got shot down here or something, man. I don't understand that shit, but you know that can happen to anybody. But special kid, bro. I can't say it enough.
He was playing with his food yesterday, Coach. He was playing with his food, man.
Yeah. He's I ain't seen nothing he can't do yet.
So I mean, let me delve into this a bit more. I mean, so the geometry is correct. Like you like the stance. You know, obviously he's athletic as all hell. I mean, is there you mentioned the pace. Mm-hmm. You know, you mentioned the pace. I'm assuming the stance kind of lends itself towards the geometry, right, and the pace, and making you think you're in danger maybe when you're not, or making you think you're not in danger.
And vice versa.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Okay. I mean, is there anything else that maybe we're leaving out? You know, just a little bit more secret sauce or something that you're seeing there that.
Yeah.
Tell me. You gotta share. You can't just tell me. Yeah. I gotta know.
This kid is so bad, bro.
Yeah.
He's so bad that he can fight. He can position himself. Not no Loma shuffle bullshit, right? That mesmerize. And Loma shit works. I'm just saying, but it ain't that. Loma's is basically athleticism with a little shoe shine with his feet, and he does a 3-card Monty with his feet, right? That's all he's doing. That ain't what Shakur's doing. Shakur knows how. This sucker knows how to get over here, man, and fight on that front foot. But his torso and his side is way over here safe. So you think he's in danger, and he's not. And so when you turn to try to shot, he reverts back the way he's supposed to be. He fights on both sides, man, because he's separating. He's putting a cross on top of your head. Imagine that. And so as long as I'm here, it don't matter I'm on my front foot or back foot. When I get back here, I'm gonna get on my right hip. If I get here, it doesn't matter, because he knows to get the geometry right and get over here and get safe, man. Now, what's they terms and words, or how Willie got him like that since he's a little kid? Because that's his grandpa, right? Yeah. I don't know their lingo. I don't care to know their lingo. I'm telling you what I'm seeing, and I'm telling you what he knows by how he reacts and acts in certain situations, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If, like this dividing line. Okay, if I'm the line separating you and I, right? If I'm wrong, if I'm in the middle, or worse, you gonna knock me in the next week, right? If I'm in the middle. But Shakur gets by you or me with his hips in the middle when he makes the move. So you'll think he's not as far, but he's right there in your ass. And then you try to spin out and he just swaps back. And he's a southpaw on top of that. So this kid's special, bro. I'm telling you, man. Bro, this dude's bad, man.
Man, and I think they're giving him a hard time about his power, man. I saw him hurt that guy a bunch of times yesterday.
He been hurting everybody, man. He been hurting everybody, whether he stops him or not. He hurts it, bro. The dude could punch, man. He's just a boxer. He's a master boxer, man. So when he's stomping, it's educated though. He ain't just reckless with it.
And then you came to mind when you were talking about Smiley, because they were showing a replay from a lower angle, like from where Yoishino had fallen in the first knockdown, and you see him standing over him. His big old smile shows up on his face, dimples. He walks back to his neutral corner or whatever, and or to the neutral corner, and it's just like, man, it's like this guy has.
The times I've been in there with him, be it by Jay Prince or by Maine, that's exactly how it is in the gym. Exact same way. Yeah. Talking and all, the whole thing. Yeah, he's bad, bro.
And so you guys have got had some sparring with him. Some of the guys on the team have been able to spar with him.
No. Quentin's too big for him, but I've been in the gym while they sparring, waiting our turn to get with whoever. Like I've seen him and Shaq. I've seen, Shaq just won his world title. I've seen them go rounds and rounds. I see him over there with Kenny Sims and all them boys. I just be there because I'm doing work. And when it be Shakur Stevens or one of them guys, you watch. You want to see who's gonna try to give him some trouble, But yeah, man. Now we a lot bigger than him actually, because we spar light heavies and shit, man. 6 days.
Yeah. Man, so yeah, he looked impressive. I mean, they're already mentioning all the big names alongside his name. He's talking about Devin Haney. I heard Teofimo Lopez thrown in there. Everybody. Lomachenko. Does anyone have anything for this guy? Tank Davis. Does anyone have anything for this guy? I mean,
all them elite guys, they have, they gonna bring trouble. The ones I think is elite. The ones I see, they can pose problems. Do I think they win? No, I wouldn't pick none of them. But that again, I understand that's my coach's eye, and I understand I'm kind of leaning on that too, not accomplishments. Even though he's a world champion, but Loma and all them boys, Tio undisputed before, even Haney's an undisputed champion. You got to give him the credit. So I recognize it's just eyes, but my eyes is telling me none of them beat him.
Yeah.
And certain ones that they're gonna give him different problems. So we get to see how he adapts and how he reacts to it. Completely set a different, a T.O. fight and a Loma fight, a Haney fight. All them fights are different. They completely different, man. I think Shakur is that good though, bro. That he's got something for all them, everything they bring to him, man.
Yeah. Not just after last night. Last night, just for me, it just further confirmed it. But I think he beats all those guys too, Coach. I think he just beats all those guys too. And I don't know, he just looks so sharp to me. He looks so fast. He's athletic. He seems to be doing everything correctly. Man, what do you think is next for this kid?
Well, you got to get him in the ring first.
Yeah.
Cause T.O., where's this T.O. Thing gonna be on the zone? What is that gonna be? Because I don't know who is Taylor with? Sam, that Sam guy, right? Sam.
I'm not even sure. I mean, I'm not even sure if are they going to be fighting at 140 though. I mean, I don't even think they would be at 135 anymore.
No, it's supposed to be 40. T.O. fought at 40 last, so. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's the thing, man. If
next for Haney is Loma. Right.
I think because Loma gets him, the shit stays in top rank. So that's almost automatic that Loma and Shakur is gonna fight.
So you think Loma's gonna beat Devin Haney?
I think he's gonna embarrass Devin Haney.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be ridiculous.
Damn, coach. I like it, man. I like what
it's bruh. Listen, Loma got flaws, man. You know, I think he's got flaws because of my boxing, his boxing, and all that. But that doesn't matter. You're still you're still an elite, ridiculous amount. Why? Because your accomplishments prove it. Plus, I can see if you're gonna fight little, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Usyk's doing the same thing. Now, it ain't gonna work with Fury, but look what it did. It worked with all them other boys. That little fighting, getting up under them, and them crazy angles and shit. Man, Haney's gonna be chasing his tail, man. He's gonna get knocked out, bro. Loma's gonna stop him, man. He's gonna beat him up. He's gonna beat him up bad. Let's clip claws, or he's hurt and we don't know it or something like that. That would be. I'm talking about be evident, not. Oh, my shoulder hurt shit after you lose. Not that. I'm talking about we can see. Other than that, bro. Man. That kid's in trouble, bro.
And Hawker Mustangs.
And I'm rooting for Haney because I'm rooting for the American.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, Coach. I'm with you on that one. Hawker Mustangs in here says, embarrass Devin Haney, ? That's a bold statement. Well,
yeah,
we're known for bold statements on this podcast. We're known for some bold statements. And I thought we made a pretty bold prediction when we said that Caleb Plant was going to get stopped by Benavidez, and that almost came to fruition. I mean, that all but came to fruition had he not been so tough and holding on for dear life. So stick around, Hawker. We appreciate you being in here. For those of you who are, it's your first time in here, please feel free to subscribe. Join the channel. We greatly appreciate it.
Cause over here, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna get on this podcast and say, "Hey, Hawker, you was the man, bro. You seen it, and I didn't."
Yeah. I actually don't know, man. I think I told you yesterday. I think I need some time for that fight, man. I need some time for the Josh Taylor Teofimo fight too.
The big strong factor has worked for him. He's been hurt because everybody's a better fighter than him. So he's been hurt a couple times with guys who on the slope. But irregardless, his big, strong, he was able to recover and keep going. And Loma's a little bitty guy. Listen, man, he been fighting bigger, stronger. This is boxing, man. That shit don't matter, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For real, I think Lomachenko deserves a lot of credit for how he's.
Listen, I'm no Loma guy, man. I'm no Loma guy. But I told everybody who would listen that kid he was training here in Houston that everybody thought was so great. I said that kid's gonna quit when he fights Lomachenko. He's gonna quit. Oh, you think they didn't believe me with Benavidez or Canelo or all that shit?
Which one was that? Which one was the one?
The Cuban kid.
Oh, Rigondeaux.
Yeah, Rigondeaux. The one who got hurt. He got burnt up with the shit blew up in his face.
Well, now you got me curious. Why did you think Rigondeaux was gonna? Because that was a surprise to me. I mean, I thought that was an amazing.
Well, I said Loma's gonna stop him, and in about. It was real early, like the second round. After the second round, I told Quentin and Danger and all that. I said he's gonna quit, and he quit in about 4 or 5, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
It's just and I'm not a genius, bro. I'm just reading the signs. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. And I'm going, this dude's gonna quit. So he quits. Well, for everybody who thought he was this mesmerizing genius like Loma, and was have the same hype as Loma. They couldn't fathom that. They couldn't understand that.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care how great y'all, bro. When the signs start showing, you ready to break, man. It just is what it is, bro. I watched Julio Cesar Chavez quit, and people think he's a Jesus. But he done quit. Twice I watched him quit. My boxing Jesus, Roberto Duran. He's the most famous quitter in the world.
Yeah.
Out of frustration. Listen, whether that mental break It's gonna show, man. It's gonna show, and I could just see he was drowning, and he had no answers. He done did all his little trickery shit, all his little rhythm Cuban shit, and the Russian didn't give a damn because why? The Ukrainian got Cuban boxing with power. That's what they do.
I see.
Rigondeaux got Cuban boxing, but don't stand there and get hit. That's a bad plan. That's a Caleb Plant plan. I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna touch you and run. I'm gonna touch you and run. And David don't care because this one time I hit you you gonna feel it all in your left calf muscle when I hit you in your shoulder, and all of a sudden you don't want to get hit in the shoulder no more, and you're not thinking about this.
Yeah.
Listen, man. It is what it is, bro. You gotta know the signs and see what you're looking at, man. And I get flack for telling the truth, bro. I get flack for that, man. People don't like that, man, because we so passionate. Sports is passionate already, right?
Yeah.
But boxing is fighting, right? And so we get all nationalistic and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a Cuban dude, you may think what I'm saying is a diss to Cuban rather than Rigondeaux in that moment.
Right.
Because he was a great boxer. He's a great boxer.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal boxer, right? And he quit. I didn't say Cuba's a quitters. I said he quit. Yeah. And I told you he was going to quit before he did it. Because I recognized the signs. And that's what it's so passionate, bro. They think, oh, Lord, when I tell them Canelo's the greatest Mexican who ever fought, oh, bro, you might as well, let's shut the shit down. Close it, because they coming, bro. They coming, but it's the truth, man. What you want from me, bro? I can't help you.
Yeah. Oh man, so it sounds like, but to get back to topic, it sounds like Haney, Loma gonna fight. Coach already made up his decision on that one. He thinks Loma gets through it, and they eventually have an all top ranked showdown where Loma takes on Shakur. Let's say that happens, Coach. You got Shakur on that one over Loma, I'm assuming.
Too much, bro.
Yeah.
It's too much of now size matters, now physicality matters, that because you got an even playing field. Yeah. So even if Loma jumps out ahead, which can happen, right? Shakur will be able to chop him down. And then he's got to come find a way to box him down, right? Boxing, take the pace back. I think Shakur is just him in a bigger package with a little bit better fundamentals, according to me. That's what I think. So
I agree, and I think the age goes against Loma in that one.
Too. Experience,
especially with his style, right? Because
it's a young man experience. It's a young man athletic style. That Mike Tyson was never gonna make it, because as soon as he gets 30, all that. This shit don't work no more, bro. You can't work like that, man. It's a young man style. Well, that's that Cuban style too. It's a young man style, bro. It's a rhythm style. So they, and then them boys, I think they could come now, but hell, they used to make them boys fight as many Olympics as they could get them to do, man. So they youth stays there, man.
Yeah, I think I think that style for Loma is not going to fare well. I think he's going to end up it's going to be like a Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins 2 situation where the fundamental boxer, even with age or whatever.
It matters now that the other guy ain't Superman, right?
Right, but Shakur is still going to be a baby when that fight happens. I just see it going all kinds.
It's a legacy fight. It's a legacy fight for Shakur, man.
It is. That's a big one. So, Coach, moving on to the next thing, unless there's something else you wanted to say about, that Shakur fight.
No.
All right. So let's move on to the next. We're going to talk about the man who was on the undercard, the man who was, I believe, the co-main event of the evening, the real big baby.
The real big baby,
Jared Anderson, taking on Jorge Arias. And that was painful to watch, Coach. That was painful to watch, bro.
Not a snowball chance in hell. God damn, boy, look, man.
Not a snowball's chance in the Dominican Republic, Coach. That was crazy, Coach. Listen,
Hey,
man. I want to say this before we continue, I want to say this. The way Arias was in the corner when they were announcing him, and his cornermen were all hyped up, and they were all yelling, and I said to myself, "Oh shit!" Like they're confident, like this might be a banger, like this might be a no one. And then it happened, and then I said to myself, "Fuck." I would have done just as good of a job maybe in there as George Arias did.
hey, bro. Jared Anderson. Hey,
Which is not a good job at all, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you take over because
hey, bro.
I
Jared
can't even
Anderson.
think about this no more.
Jared Anderson. You stand. You know. He's not Fury, bro. He's not that big old giant, right?
Yeah.
I mean, bigger than me, but and so you look at him, and he's so fucking playful. He's a kid, bro. He's a real life kid, bro. And just
Is
a
he
good.
younger than Shakur? Is he younger?
Yes. Oh yeah. I would imagine a year or two probably, but
Great.
don't mistake me. Don't mistake me. You don't play with him or nothing, but he's just a good natured guy, man. And I got kids older than him, right? So it's like he's such a good. But then in that ring, dude, like, yeah, he's athletic and all that shit, but that's still a tree trunk. Coming, bah. But it's like a piston, bro. Like, bah, it's knocking you back, bro. That dude's 6'4", bro. He's 6'4", 240 something, 50 pounds. But he's like moving, which I think as he experience grows, he fights the more elite heavies. He's gonna calm down. He's gonna start using that kind of size a little more, but his athleticism, he'll be able to trap hands, pull the head, spin them, all that shit, man.
But there was a touch of that last night. He really was taking his time last night. I mean, he was really.
Remember the last fight, though? Remember the last fight?
Yeah.
He walked into something, and he had to show everybody how tough he was. See, that was youth. That's not good. That's not good because had it been a little worse, and say a Chisora or one of them boys, they know what to do in that situation.
Had it been a little worse, or a Ray Mercer, it would have been his ass on that night.
That's it. You're out of there.
But he was chill. Yeah, coach. He was just walking.
I knew. Listen, I knew when Jared got hurt in that last fight. I knew it was emotions made him show everybody. Whatever. I'm not. It's not a fallacy. Boom. But I know he's also how great he is. Cause I watch him sparring, I watching him box, and so I know he knows better than that. And then watching it back, he's gonna be like, I'll never let nobody catch me like that. But I shouldn't have reacted like that. I was giving him a chance to hit me again. Jared Anderson's great, bro. He's another one, man. That's just a special guy, man. And with the heavies though. Again, man, it's a new world with boxing too. The heavy ain't gonna get 30 fights before he gets a title shot now. That may be not good, depending on the fighter. Now I know Jared will get in there with anybody. Don't get me wrong. When you furious sparring partner, bro, for a couple camps, and the word on the street from everybody, including Tyson Fury, you next. It's hard for you not to be like, yeah, I'm next, motherfucker. At the end of the day, I'm next, man. So,
yeah.
I just want them. But man, it looks like Bob and them, they moving them boys. Troy and Tiger and all them boys, they moving them as a unit, man. So, and they all done got. Listen, they all got. Jared Anderson got the title. Quentin got. That's what he got up there. That WBC silver, US NBC. No. Keyshawn got that one. Keyshawn won something else last night, but
yeah,
they moving them boys as a unit, man.
Yeah, and gosh, I mean, I don't know much about Arias, to be honest with you, man. And I don't want to diss him because he's a fighter. He got into the ring, and I got a lot of respect for anyone that gets into that ring. But man, he looked like he was more hopeless than anybody on that card, man. I mean, I mean, they stopped the fight between. I didn't even understand. Did you? Can you explain what happened in between rounds? I mean, it looks like he just got beat up so bad, and he just had so little return fire that his coach just kind of said "F it." But then the coach, when they stopped it, acted like he was surprised. I was a little bit lost there. I mean, maybe you understand.
I'm gonna have to. I wasn't paying attention to it enough to get. But now that you done said that, I want to go look back and see because I once I seen it wasn't. I'm no longer tuned in because I'm watching this other show, trying to get ready for this. But I'll go look. There was a time I was sitting in the gym last week. Me and Bobby Benton, and I've seen the fight get stopped, and I can't remember what the call was, but it's an actual call, and I'm pretty sure it was here in Texas, not Louisiana. But the ref stopped it due to basically the kid can't fight. I forget what the call is, but there's a call that a ref could make, like it's non-competitive or some shit like that, and he can stop the fight like that. It's a loss.
Yeah.
But I remember asking Bobby, I said, man, you ever seen one of them? Because I seen. He was like, man, I don't know what you talking about. I said, man, that's a thing, bro. I'm telling you. Like, if you sold, you seen them where they take these.
They stopped the Shakur fight last night because the referee had seen enough. I mean, that guy, no,
I'm saying not a TKO. I done seen it like the round ends. They go sit down and the ref goes, nah, this is bullshit. That kid shouldn't be in here, man. And he stops the fight. I've seen that.
It's gotta be a TKO though. What does it count as?
It's a TKO, but it's like an asterisk. I gotta find this out, bro. I gotta find it. Like nine competitive something. They got a name for the shit, bro.
We're gonna look that up. But coach, man, this guy. I mean, the way his corner was hyping him up, the build he had, the way he was moving around, he was trying to like fight like Joe Frazier or something. I don't know what he was doing in there. He was just getting. I mean, it was like when you're 12 years old and you're trying to box with your uncle, at a family get together. I mean, that's what it looked like, bro. And I hate to say that. I mean, it's
no. Listen. A lot of times, man.
It shouldn't be. I mean, to an extent, right? It's a little upsetting for me because that level of competition is no longer working for Big Baby or I don't know. That was just horrible to watch, but it was crazy, entertaining as well.
Sometimes, man, the same way the fighter don't know he shouldn't be there till he knows. What is it? Same thing happens to corners too, bro. Same thing. Yeah. Now I don't know that's what happened. I don't know because I would be lying to you if I said I even paid attention to the corner. So it might be a great guy, right? But it's like it's like we say, man, in the locker room, bro. Dudes know each other, man. Dudes go back a certain amount of time, And if I don't, my dude's gonna say, that's such and such, man. He been around a long time. That's my guy. And so then it's automatic. You go, okay, what's up? But then there's always on them shows, usually the opponents, that got to borrow scissors. And he's fighting on ESPN. And he got to borrow scissors, man. So, right?
Red flag.
Or don't have, cut man. What's that?
Bandera Roja. David Benavidez, red flag.
Don't go out there. Don't bring your ass out there.
You're gonna get caught up in the rip current, man. You're gonna get caught up in the rip tide. Oh, funny stuff, coach, man. That was. I don't know what that Arias guy was doing in there. He looked like they could have just pulled someone out the audience, bro. With the way he looked versus Jared Anderson and the guy's record. I mean, the guy was undefeated, several fights. Let me pull up his record for you, coach. Let me pull up his record for you.
Yeah, tell me what country the fights was in.
Yeah, that's probably what did it. But I mean, dang, like he had absolutely zero. He had absolutely zero for let's see here, gentlemen. He's 18-1 now. So I mean, he had 18 fights.
Mm-hmm.
And Verona, New York, Uncasville, Brooklyn, Mashantucket. I mean, he's a New York native. He fought at, a lot of these. I mean, of course, none of these names are big names, but my
Mm-hmm.
goodness, to be in there 18-0, all hyped up, moving around like that, and then to just get absolutely just washed like that, it was crazy.
No, that may have been their payday. What was how many rounds was it
It was
supposed to
10.
be?
It was supposed to be 10. It ended after the third. And, I want to say I saw him mouthing in the corner. I saw him saying, "Well, give me one more round. Give me one more round." And I felt like
Yeah.
I felt like the coach was like, "No, bro, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. No, 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 I'm not." And then it seemed like the referee stopped it, and then the coach started to argue about it, which I thought was weird. He was like, "No, I'm just talking to him. I'm just talking to him." Like maybe the coach wanted to see a little bit more urgency from
Mm-hmm.
Arias to decide, or maybe he wanted him to protest it. But I'm kind of glad he didn't because he was just gonna get hurt
I'm gonna
real
go.
bad.
I'm gonna go look at that corner in action, man. To see if I can make heads or tails out of it because I remember the little whatever in the corner, but
Yeah,
I knew the guy shouldn't be fighting no more, and the ref, yeah, just all right, come on, let's go, man, get out the way, let the next guys come in. So
and
I wasn't even paying attention to it really, but you figure 10 round fight maybe at a lower weight class, between 15 and something, 15 and 20. So with Jared, you got to pay him a lot more than that, I'm sure, with the heavyweights, but. So the kid made him 30. Let's 30 grand. Let's say 30. If I'm off 10,000 either way, whatever. Because that matters too. Because the kid might not know what the hell he was gonna make, but which is terrible. But
yeah,
uh, let's call it 30. Well, you went bought you some wins and sold some tickets to your family, and then you got a $30,000 payday that you kept most of it. Hopefully, maybe I don't know.
yeah, yeah. And shout out to Liberty Williams in the chat. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate you being with us. Liberty says he fought on Showtime before. I mean, so it's not like a guy who's never been seen or heard of him. My goodness. I mean, I just I really felt it just seemed like it would at least be somewhat competitive. I mean, I didn't see anything at all competitive about this fight. I mean, it was zero competitive about this fight. And it kind of makes you a little bit question the matchmaking, but it also makes you think, well, damn, Big Baby's that damn good. You know what I mean? He's that damn good that he could just make a pro boxer with 18 wins and zero losses look like an amateur that
How
doesn't
many
even
fights?
belong
How
there.
many fight? Man, I caught a glove in my eye, man. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
Man,
I
that
see it. I see it. I see it.
is making me blank and shit, man. But
Oh man,
uh, you how many fights Jared got?
Jared. At this point, let's see here. He is 12, 12-0. No, 14. Yeah, 14-0.
All right, more than likely this guy was the guy they can get. It wasn't about because Jared Anderson done passed the tests that they done provided thus far, and so they'll continue to test him at increments. But for my money, Top Rank got the best farm team in boxing, bro. It's proven, and some people get screwed by it. Some people don't get on because of it. But loosely based, I think they got the best proven. They prove a kid as they go, and if he don't make it past those tests, they cut him low. You out of there, bro. Elvis
Yeah.
Rodriguez, you out of there, and they'll all go to PBC and get on, and get on and try to get into their system. But
Which Rodriguez are we talking about, Coach?
the one Kenny, they brought Kenny in, and Kenny whooped him on Top Rank. He was with
Oh,
Freddie Roach.
okay. Okay, I see. I see.
But yeah, I think Top Rank and especially Brad over there Top, they got a system, bro, out of this world, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you don't understand that part of the Top Rank system is right, I don't know, bro, because you don't gotta like their business model. You could prefer how PBC do their thing or Golden Boy, But one thing Top Rank got is they proved they fighters, man.
Yeah.
In a the 4 fights gonna be tougher than those first ones.
Yeah.
The 7 fights gonna be stiff, right?
Yeah.
And so on and so on, and you gonna keep on fighting better and better guys, man.
Well,
and if you don't make it, you're out of there.
Well, listen, I think it was Tim Bradley said, had Jared Anderson fought the version of Anthony Joshua that we saw against Jermaine Franklin, that would have been a problematic night for Anthony Joshua. And you know what? I agree. I agree with that.
Jared Anderson beats AJ whenever they fight.
Damn.
As of right now.
Damn.
He's too much for where AJ is right now.
Yeah.
And where Jared is right now. If Jared don't fight another soul before he fights AJ, he's gonna whoop him. He's gonna knock him out, actually.
Yeah.
But because he don't know he ain't the shit. He don't know that, and AJ don't got it right now to show him he ain't ready.
Yeah.
Now, what happens to Jared after that? Well, you took the money, so now you got to keep going. You can't, ain't no slowing down now, right? So, yeah, AJ's his man. If he don't do something tremendously, like we were saying the last show, he's got some changing to do, and hopefully they get to it in Dallas, man. Yeah. Nah, he don't want. Bruh, he was slaughter AJ in sparring, bro. Slaughter that kid, bro.
Damn, bro.
Oh,
Damn.
bro, in sparring, dude. I watched Big Baby Anderson, bro. It's 6 or 7 heavies, bro. 3 rounds apiece. And he gets out the ring and starts wrestling with Quentin on the mats and shit like that.
Wow, man.
This kid, look, man, what you gonna do with that? You better have that experience. You better be able to lean on him and put that stick in there. You better have some fury in you. Because that muscle man hook fighting ain't gonna get it, bro. Not with him.
And he's just 23 years old.
That kid's a problem, dude.
He's got a ridiculous upside, and I cannot wait to see where this guy goes, man. He's just an absolute beast, coach. What's next for him? Before I ask you what's next, I got to qualify it by saying, the heavyweight division is a little bit funky, right? Like, there are a lot of pretty good heavyweights now. A lot of them I feel like are being moved along because there's been so much going on at the top. There's a lot of prospects, kind of like Big Baby, but what's next for him? Is it another guy like Arias who a lot of people don't know, or is it time to get him someone with some name recognition, maybe on his way out the door, just to see how he does with a veteran? What do you think is next for him here?
I think with Jared, it's his own path right now. So they need to take it fight to fight. What's available, and pick the right guy for what's available. Because you said 14 fights, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got 6 or 7 in a fair world that he could work on before he has to go fighting around with the top 10, and has to get in there with them boys, man. And when he does that, he still ain't gonna have but 18 fights, right?
Yeah.
So now, do I think Jared think he needs? No. Do I think his squad think he need? No. I think if AJ or Fury and them say let's fight tomorrow, they gonna fight.
Yeah.
They believe, right? I believe, but I'm also a trainer. In my opinion, it is. Let's use those 7 fights, 8 fights, whatever we could get out of it. Let's use it, man. And that way, when we step in there with the main guy, this is it. We got this is all we got right here. If this don't work, we fought hard, right? But you don't want to go back and go, damn, we went too soon, right?
Yeah.
He was a fish out of water, man. Once we high-sided, especially if we ended up in the O2 arena with 100,000, and he comes out after, what I know of Jack, he's going to be hyped like a kid, like ready to go. Maybe he comes out punching 1 million punches around, And if that's Tyson Fury standing over there, he's gonna let you work.
Yeah. You know, he only had, from what I'm seeing, and I could be wrong, 28 amateur fights, but he did win the national championships in the U.S. 2 years in a row, 27, 2018. So I mean, he just, it's just great schooling. I mean, is that what
He got way more. He got way more fights than that.
Okay.
That's what his box rec amateur.
Yeah.
I think they got Quentin with like 15 fights, bro. Our record in the amateurs was like 9, 8, and 11. So
I see.
they only know what they know, and they'll put the major accomplishments. But no, that Jared Anderson, I guarantee he got more than I don't know how many, but it would shock me if that's all he got. He's too good, bro. Yeah. In the area he comes from, Ohio, where he comes from.
Yeah. Is that like a good boxing town or something?
Man, listen. Cincinnati kid, man. All the way back, man.
Right.
Ezra Charles, ain't he from Ohio?
Okay.
But just look right now. Tiger, Duke, Jared Anderson. All them boys, man. I think Keyshawn and them from Virginia and Troy. But the rest of the boys are from...
Wasn't even like Boom Boom Mancini and Kelly...
Ohio. Youngstown. Yeah, that's Midwest, man. Michigan. Ohio. That's fights, man. Kansas City, that's fights, man. Them fighting boys, man. Don't you go up there if you if you can't work, bro. They gonna run you up out of the state.
I love it. Okay, Coach. Well, so and Liberty Williams said AB. That's right. Adrian Broner's from there.
Adrian Broner, yeah, man.
Yeah. So all right, Coach. Well, on to the next thing. I wanted to talk about the knockout that Brian Mendoza had over Sebastian Fundora. This was a kind of a shock outcome, kind of an upset. He lands a stunning knockout to take the interim super middleweight belt from Fundora. Mendoza, he said he was Cuban in the post-fight, which is, very cool. Shout out to my Cubans. I'll be headed back to Miami soon.
Mm-hmm.
Beats a guy in Fundora that, a lot of people have been high on. I'm not sure you watched this fight, Coach, but this kid Mendoza seems to have a lot of power, man.
You know who I feel bad for in that fight?
Who?
Erickson Lubin, man. How did Erickson Lubin not knock this guy out, man?
Right.
And I picked Erickson, right? I'm like, he's far too... Yeah, he got slept with the two elite champions he fought, but he's a top-notch, top-flight contender, right? Yeah. And then what he did to Banana, didn't he cook Banana one night? Lubin. Banana's my guy, bro. I really like Banana, man, but he man, I'm glad. I think he hung it up.
He KO'd Banana.
Yeah.
And then the crazy thing is, you bring up Banana... Mendoza
KO'd Banana. Yeah.
And he KO'd him with that uppercut. I think you just posted it on your Instagram, Coach. He hit him with a nice uppercut. And this guy can punch, man. This kid can punch, man.
I kid, though. The reason why Erickson let him go because he didn't understand the distance, man. And he's such a tough and great fighter that he just said, fuck it. And that's why... What happened, man. It broke my heart, man. He was lumped up and shit, but he's a fighting man through and through, right? I don't know him, but you ain't a fighting man unless doing shit like that. But I definitely had Erickson picked over that guy. But the problem is he's so big, so much big, it doesn't even matter if he was wrong. He's so much longer than people. But like this. So the answer is real simple. Go on there and come up. Boy, he can't do nothing work. When he tries to grab you, just spin him around, go around, and stand right there and fight. He's going to try to adjust and fight. Keep your hands up high, your chin down so you don't catch no elbows. That kid's so easy to beat, it's crazy to me. But I understand when a kid that's 5'9", 5'8", ain't used to 6 foot, let alone 6'6"?
6'5.5" with an 80-inch reach.
Yeah, that's
So
Lennox
scary.
Lewis. You fighting Lennox Lewis, man. Uh, but but still, his ability was so. Fundora's ability was so just. I ain't gonna say it ain't even sound. I'm not gonna say it's not sound. He's got
Yeah,
sound boxing ability, but he's just so long and gangly that he's not using it. So it like fights against him, you know. But nah, that kid did the right thing, man. And he was hurt too, man. Fundora was hurt
yeah,
bad, bro.
yeah,
Like when your normal senses come back, cause that kid ain't no hoe. You can see that too. He wasn't no coward or nothing. Like
yeah.
it never did come back right, so he could start getting up. He was like, man, what's going on? But
Right.
uh, yeah. So I mean, it shouldn't have took this. It should have. Fundora had fought a couple people, right?
Fundora fought and beat Lubin.
I think like two fights before that, it was somebody
he
like
fought he,
somebody ranked.
he fought Ocampo and beat him. He's fought Jorge Cota and TKO'd him. So he's had
Yeah,
some decent.
he's an anomaly, bro. He's just as big as an anomaly as Tyson Fury, size wise, just
Yeah,
in his weight class in his division.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And Hawker Mustang in here saying Fundora may need to move down another weight class. That would be absolutely crazy. Maybe he needs to bulk up a little bit. Maybe that'll. I
I
don't know.
fight him. I fight him. We'll fight him.
Hey, if he wants to fight Quentin
He
Randall,
come down to 47. We'll fight him.
let's do it. Let's do it. We would
We
love to
just we
see
just
that one.
cooked the 6-5. Go look at the Roy Jones fight. That boy was like
Right,
14-1 from California, man. I'll
right,
show you.
right.
I'll show you what you do. I'll show you what you do. Them tall boys, except they just on that side. That's all. It don't matter.
Well, anyway, I just thought, surprise knockout. I thought we would cover that briefly before going on to what we do every week, Coach, which is our prediction. And the prediction we're gonna have for this week is our boy Slowpoke. He's taking on Zhang, and if you guys don't know who Slowpoke is, that's Joyce.
The
That's
juggernaut.
that's the term of endearment we give him on his channel. One of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous, heavyweight in boxing. I think in our collective opinion, really very
Absolutely.
scary guy. He's going to be taking on. Let me pronounce this correctly. Zhang on April 15th. That's next Saturday at the Copper Box Arena in London, defending his WBO interim heavyweight title. Coach Zhang, he's not a complete slouch.
No,
You
I think
know,
I've seen him twice. I think.
yeah, he's had 26 fights. He's 24-1 with 19 KOs in the Olympics, and he won the silver medal in Beijing in 2008. He's won several other world championships and Asian
Left-handed,
gold
right?
medals
Left-handed, right?
like that.
Left-handed.
Oh yeah, he's a southpaw out of
Hmm.
Zhuku or Zhuka. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. China, but he's 39 years old. He lost a unanimous decision, or coming off a loss via unanimous decision to Philip Hergovich. He also had a draw with Jerry Forrest in a fight that he didn't look good in at all. And really, I think this is going to be fodder for
Crucifixion.
Slowpoke, man. Yeah, I think this is going to be a brutal finish for Slowpoke. Just tell me what you think about this one, Coach.
What I seen of him. How you say it again? His last name.
I want to say Zhang. We'll just call him Zhang.
Zhang. Okay, I've seen Zhang a couple times. Man, listen. Again, remember we were saying how people don't understand Joe Joyce, but he does get hit. So we see that. Me and Joyce see that. We see he gets hit, right? And sooner or later, that's got to stop happening, or that's the end of the hunt, right? Because you can't stay up. Holyfield,
You would think so, but when
you would think so.
but when you're the juggernaut and your head is
Yeah, but
this big,
yeah, but as a trainer, you gotta be nervous as a dog shitting razor blades, bro, because he's getting hit hard the few times. Now he doesn't get hit as much as you think, cause he's rolling with a lot of shots. A lot of shots are glancing, but he does get hit. So the clip clause is there a little stronger than normal because he does get hit.
Yeah.
But boxing wise, power wise, correct fighting, just not quick, just slow. But man, I watch that dude every time he fights. And the first time I ever seen him, I remember it was years ago now. I was like, everybody, look, how the hell did this dude go to the Olympics and didn't he medal?
Silver medalist in the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics, coach.
So my first mind was the same thing. Like, look at this trash, man. How is he beating anybody? But then I kept...
And interesting because they're both silver medalists 8 years apart, and they're going to be fighting each other on Saturday. So
that's a little caveat. Yeah, that's an extra little Olympic battle. That's nice, man. That's something to promote. But so I was forced to watch him. And the more I watched him, I said, no, this dude can fight. It's just, oh, man. And then I started seeing how he was timing and punching in between the shots. I said, well, that's skill. That's skill right there. That's not accident. He's doing that. He's doing that to guys. And then, the more and the more, until finally, when they thought it was a test, and I forget it was somebody before the Dubois kid, he fought, and he wasn't supposed to win, I think.
He's just been on a rampage. He beat Brian Jennings.
Brian Jennings is everybody. Brian Jennings is too athletic, too long, too everything. Right? He's a better fighter. Listen, man, you don't know what you're looking at, bro. This dude is bad. And then, so by the time it got to Dubois, and matter of fact, Robert Redmond was fighting for that little junior title he won here in Houston that night. And I'm in the locker room on my phone because Aaron, my partner, my cut man, he's also a head trainer. He was in England with Regis, and they was in the gym with the Dubois kid. And he was like, Coach, that kid's bad, bro. He's a big, strong, powerhouse kid. I said, man, you watch Joe? And they was, and like everybody, nah, man, it's slow ass dude. I said, bro. So we was on the shuttle because I think it was still pandemic. We was on the shuttle from the hotel to the venue. I'm the only one on the shuttle. I got Slowpoke. Give me Slowpoke, man. I got Slowpoke. We gonna cook him. we in the locker room getting ready when he stopped him, bro. I said, oh no, he's about to quit, man. I seen that he was a fish out of water, bro. It was like he didn't understand. He understood then. Frank in his corner and all that understood then once they was there. But like I said, sometimes you don't know till you know. And if you don't know and you there, it's too late then. There ain't shit you can do about it, man.
Yeah. I'll say this, Coach. I've seen what you're talking about, right? I mean, maybe we kind of, see the same things usually. I want to say me and you kind of see the same things in these fighters. In his 7th fight, he fought a guy named Joe Hanks. It's an American heavyweight that was pretty good in this area here in Southern California. And I knew about the fight because one of the coaches, shout out Coach Rage, he coaches a lot of fighters on FightersRep. He's a striking coach in MMA, boxing, all kinds of different stuff. And he was in Hanks's corner when Hanks fought Andy Ruiz. And he was in Hank's corner when he fought Joyce. And when he told me that there were... Is
he an overweight dude? Is the Hanks dude a sloppy dude like Andy?
No,
like overweight?
No, he's a big strong guy.
Okay. I'm thinking somebody else. Go ahead.
So he said, I think he announced on Facebook or something. He said, oh, yeah, my guy, Joe Hanks, he's going to be fighting Joyce. And I was just like... What he said, what he fighting Joyce, I was just like, man, that's a tough. I said, bro, good luck to you guys. That guy is tough as shit. I think I wrote that guy's just tough as shit. And look, I mean, he knocked him out. Then he stopped Bermain Stavern. He stopped Ustinov. He beat Jennings. He stopped.
Why they was billing people? Nobody believed in Joe, so they was taking the fights they could do, and they just win. They steady winning, whooping people, getting better like that.
Coach, he has stopped 5 people in a row, and of his 15 fights, 14 have ended in knockout. But his last 5 fights, he KO'd Joseph Parker, who's a former heavyweight champ. I mean,
he's a top guy. Yeah, he's a top guy in the heavyweights.
TKO'd Christian Hammer. TKO'd Carlos Takam, who, Carlos Takam isn't a world beater, but he's a durable guy.
Right.
KO'd Daniel Dubois, broke his orbital
face.
Bone, broke his face. Before that, he TKO'd Michael Wallach. I mean, the only guy to go 12 rounds with him was back in 2019 when Bryant Jennings did it, and I think that was a great experience fight because Jennings is a crafty dude. He doesn't know what he's doing, and that's a good fight for Joe Joyce. But man, I see this fight ending the same way the last 5 or 6 have. I think this is going to be a brutal end.
He don't stop, bro. He don't stop, dude. He's not gonna stop, bro. He's not gonna go away. You're not going. Your athleticism ain't gonna discourage you. Like, I'm sure he don't even expect to be quicker than the other guy. He's just looking for his timing so he can start chunking with you, right?
Yeah.
That George Foreman part 2. Let me just. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, and I think I mean, this is kind of messed up to say, I don't mean anything negative by this, but I don't see how Zhang's career goes beyond next Saturday. I mean, I think it's going to be one of those. It could be one of those fights where that's it. You're 39 years old. You just fought this guy and he just destroyed you, and it's probably time to hang him up. That's what I'm seeing on Saturday. This is. I hope he cashes out. Is what I'm saying.
You gonna get 4-5 rounds with Joe, just because it takes him 4-5 rounds to find you, unless he clips you. But it take you 4-5 rounds. But once he finds you, he's pounding, bro. He's pounding everything. He's hitting you everywhere. He's punching, and he's not gonna stop coming forward. Joseph Parker looked like a scared. And he wasn't. He was a man, right? But just his body, like there was no corner to run to. There was nowhere. And so Joe just said, fuck it, and started punching, but that wasn't going to work.
Yeah. And you hit him, and he doesn't.
He just keeps coming forward.
Yeah, he doesn't get hurt. I mean,
he keeps coming forward, bro. He's got that triple G. He got that triple G. I'm coming, bro.
He does. Except he's 6'6".
Triple G with gigantism. Right.
Yeah, and get this. Born to a Scottish-born Irish father and mother of Nigerian origin.
I knew he was Irish. That Joyce, that's an Irish name, bro. But I thought he was probably part traveler because them travelers have them Joyces. But
he might be.
I asked in a group one day. They was talking about them Irish travelers. It was some English guy, and I said, "Is Joe Joyce from them?" And they was like, "Nah." But I mean, I don't know. It was just a group. But I was guessing that because clearly he's a biracial dude. All my kids is biracial. I know what they look like. So I could see he was mixed. And I knew Joyce as an Irish name.
Me too. I always hear it.
So that explained a lot. Yeah, that explained a lot. But I didn't know how he got it, and I'm sure that's how. I'm sure his pops brought him to the gym or something.
And Joe Joyce is a big problem, says Hawker Mustang, and he sure is. And Coach, listen to this, man. He's got a bachelor's degree in fine arts.
He's an artist. I know that.
He graduated with upper second class honors. And so he's not just some meathead in there.
No, and he paints. He paints and shit. I know that too.
And he fights correctly,
like a Renaissance man. Yeah, he's just a little older. He's on the old side, right?
He's 37. And I guess they're trying to squeeze as many fights as they can in there for him. Luckily, I think the heavyweights tend to last a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean. Like you said in the last podcast, man, I think it's him and Fury. Him and Fury are the
Fury got enough business to handle right now to where Joe could get him 2 or 3 more, and then, hey, let's go. Is what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And it'd be better off for Joe. The longer, maybe Tyson gets complacent or something. Don't want to do it no more. Just
or gets back in the nose candy or whatever it is.
Yeah, I would hate that. I would hate that to happen. Shit, I'm a Fury fan, but
Me too.
But yeah, that too. More chance that happens.
Yeah.
You don't want that to happen though. But I think him and his wife's expecting another kid, man.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully he stays clean and all the best to them. Of course, just a joke in poor taste on my part.
No. I thought it. You said it. I thought it.
But Coach, listen, man. An hour and 10 minutes plus. I appreciate your
Good
time.
show, bro.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and joining me and Coach Collinsworth on another episode of the FightersRep podcast. We also like to call it Geometry Boxing. This is where you get, you get insight from the mind of, a promoter / journalist, whatever the hell I am at this point, Coach, and and a pro boxing coach with a high-level fighter and a real boxing lineage. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. Join the channel. It's just $9.99 a month. And get your Fighters Rep merch in the link below. And keep tuning in. We're going to be doing this live every Sunday and dropping more content throughout the week. So
appreciate you, brother. Y'all be good, man.
Coach, man, you have a great one. I appreciate your time, brother.
All right.